Sheffield Wednesday 5-minute view from the Kop. The original immediate response. No detail, just the immediate response to the match. So, first match of the season, playing away against Leyton Orient, who I don't think did too well last year. Obviously, complete change for the Owls. Bit surprised really with the starting lineup, because I was hoping it was going to be even stronger. Still no Billy Mitchell, and no Valerie, and Gray was the new player Tyler Onyango was preferred in place of Thornton, and Gray was on the wing rather than Louis Barry, and Jamal Lowe was up front rather than Mason Burstow, which I suppose you can justify all of those, and it's easy to say after the match, well, that perhaps wasn't the strongest team that you could have put out, but certainly wasn't a side that I expected really for that first match. I mean, we can't take anything for granted, and I thought we sort of started okay, but they came into it quite quickly, and it seemed to me, it's easy to say because we've won a match, we won 2-1. It's easy to say, oh, well, we actually fully deserve the win. I'll come on to that in a little bit, but I think certainly in that first half we were being completely out-muscled, and Onyango ended up having to go off injured, so we've got a player that we brought in to shore up or protect the defence with a poor injury record that's still injured. We brought another player who's got a suspect injury record, who's come in and immediately got injured. They'll be calling us Sicknote Wednesday because we just seem to be absolutely fantastic at bringing players in that maybe don't have much of an opportunity to play football. But like I say, we did win. And when you look at it, I mean, fair enough. So we scored 2 goals. This is League One scrappy football at its best. So the first goal came off of Slattery's backside. The fact is, he was there and he fought for it, and he always looked like he wanted to try and get things going, and he was in the thick of it. So yeah, I mean, well done to him, and obviously to Barry Bannon as well in the middle. Goalkeeper came out, kicked it straight at Slattery's backside, and from a very tight angle, would have been a good goal in any case, but from a tight angle it went straight in off his backside, and we were 1-0 up. Then Day really came into it, and we just didn't seem to have anything going at all. But I say about being out-muscled, there were a lot of times when there were some very, very tough challenges coming in, which is a worry for a team like ours that seems to be made out of Weetabix. Swinkles, who I thought was doing okay. I think he seems like a pretty solid central defender. Good height on him, can get up for the headers and such. He went down with an injury, and as is now, players have to go off the once he's having treatment, they have to go off the field for a minute. So he went off, and we were down to 10 men. There was a drop ball which they sent straight into the box and flicked it on, and it was a simple tap in. So we were short of the back, but still we should have had the cover, and I think they just really caught us napping. And again, it's how quick are our players at the back. Again, it's okay having some lumps, but it was on the side of Otegbayo and Palmer. Although I thought Otegbayo is a little bit of a weaker link. I think Palmer we wouldn't expect to be playing at right back. However, I thought he did okay. He's just capable of a few stray passes at times. Otegbayo can get out of position, which can be a bit of an issue. So that was 1-1, and when it came to the second half, I think we certainly seemed to wake up a little bit, and we were pushing them a little bit more. The second goal ended up being from a penalty, so we've got in off the backside. We've got a flick on when we're down to 10 men, and we've got a penalty. But it was a penalty. Jamal Lowe ended up taking it, and good for him. He just sort of seemed to wake up around that time. I think it was a time we were thinking about bringing Burstow on, and then Jamal Lowe suddenly got involved in everything. Scored a penalty, took it really well. And around that time, we seemed to be having lots of opportunities. One of note was Bannon's. He was clear through on an open net on the side, but he decided to take it on his left foot, I think, and ended up hitting the side of the net. And it was probably harder to do that than actually score. But he's Bannon, so we need to cut him a little bit of slack. And there were other opportunities as well. They then came back into it at 2-1. They actually hit the post. And I thought about their players. They seem to have some players with spirit. They were winning. They had a little bit of skill. They managed to get past us, running past us at ease at times, which is a bit of a worry, because I would have, I think before the match, just going on what I saw from last season's table, I expected that this should be a fairly easy match to start the season. Although it was away, so many things into it. We just didn't know. But I think what we're going to take away from that is it's going to be a tough campaign. Certainly lots of pushing and shoving. They had a couple of players that just seemed to be rolling around on the floor quite a lot, which is you'd hope that you'd leave that to the Premier League, but interesting. And the idea of the players not being able to come on for a minute, I think it was previously 30 seconds, but certainly a minute, is to try and stop people from just going down, wanting attention, by the physios or whatever. But I think overall, looking at that, I mean, we made some substitutions, some interesting substitutions. I think we were looking for Burstow coming on. I thought when he came on, he seemed to be a handful. He held the ball up quite well. He came on for Gray, and we ended up having Louis Barry on, and I thought he looked more direct when he came on. And he actually, I would say, missed an opportunity. He bent a ball round, cut in and bent it round, and it was a good save by the keeper. I think our XG at the end of the match was over 2, and we weren't expected to score that first one. So we could have ended up leaving them out of sight at the end. But it's the first match. Yes, we can sort of grumble about a few things. Certainly, if we'd have not got that second goal, there'd have been another absolute meltdown. Pedersen out, get Challinor in or whatever. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's easy to say, we should have put this player in and that player in. Cooper came on for the last bit, which was good, and I think he showed his quality as well when they were pushing us a little bit towards the back end. But for the most part, I mean, we had 9 minutes at the end of the second half. For the most part, we seemed to handle that pretty well. We were going forward. We were taking the ball not always into the corner. I think we had opportunities. They were down to 10 for a minute at one point, and you got to think, 2-1's not going to for Wednesday, with certainly 10-15 minutes of the game to go. So we did have a few opportunities, and like I said, we should have put it to bed a lot more than that. But coming away from that, bit of a worry about that we seem to be a little bit lightweight. I know we're short on cover. The cover comes in and the cover gets injured, and I think we need some more backup in that sense. And others are still finding their feet. The manager's still finding out who's best in what positions, and I'm okay with the situation where you may be bringing somebody on. People are saying, such and such should start. I mean, maybe next time. I know at one point we had Gray and Barry on. I think Barry potentially could start. Next time. I thought Lowe was a little bit quiet at times, but he's always a player that's capable, and maybe this league's going to be one where he's going to score a few goals. I mean, he's already got a couple in his first 2 matches. But Wednesday, the team that couldn't win a match have now won 3 on the trot. So can't really complain about that. There's a lot to think about though, and let's see how we go. Okay, that's all for me, and we're all Wednesday, aren't we? See you later.